We ride together, we die together. We some petty bitches, boo. We holding it down, we straighten the crowns, petty bitches, and we coming to you. We ride together, we die together. We some petty bitches, boo. We holding it down, we straighten the crown, petty bitches, and we coming to you.
I found out my dad was sick.
Okay.
And I was trying things out with my ex again. And then all that debacle happened. And then I had one of my best birthdays that year when we had it at Lenora's. And
Oh yeah, that was a hella blast.
yes.
Was that your 28th or your 27th?
That was my 28th birthday.
Okay.
Because I was still 27 when I had, because my dad got sick in June. Then my birthday came, which was best birthday ever. And then, even though I beat my 30th birthday, but 30's been a great year.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, I don't know, I think that's when I started also knowing that, like, I was having food allergies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going through the process of weeding out things. But that's also when I started going into a depression.
Right.
So, like, I understand, like, a lot of the struggles you're having, which is, I don't know, I think why I'm, like, telling you to don't do what I did and just lock yourself up.
Right.
Because I think it's very important for me. Like, I know a lot of what got me out of being depressed was, A, figuring out my health issues,
right.
and then surrounding myself around people that made me truly happy. Which is, I think, one of the great things about my father getting sick is that I really learned who my true friends were.
Amen.
And who really is there for me. Even though I have a shit ton of friends, and
Yeah.
people always
Yeah.
go like, you can't have that many friends. And
Yeah,
like,
but you do.
But I do.
Yeah.
I'm a different person. Like, I have a very intimate relationship with each one of my friends.
Right.
That I'm super close with. So, I don't know. I was going into a depression at that time.
Right.
So I'm like thankful to be out of it, and like that's why I keep saying 30 is a great year, because I'm like living my best life. I'm out dating. I hate it, but I'm doing it. Although if it doesn't work out with one of these two guys or this one guy, I'm gonna take a break from dating.
Amen.
For a while.
No, I've taken a break. I've taken just a break in general. So, but I have to bounce back in some way, somehow.
I keep seeing that TikTok where, like, the girl's like, I have one more relationship with me and now I'm coming a bit. And I'm like, that is pretty much me. Like, I can't keep re-explaining who the fuck I am to somebody. I can't. My favorite color is turquoise. You want to know what my favorite color is? Come watch this episode. Like, I'm done telling people about me.
Yeah.
So
I understand that. Yeah, no, that's why I don't like dating. Because
it is.
Because I'm a weird person, and you just have to get to know me in any...
You're not that weird, though.
But, like, for me, I feel weird in the most, like, basic way possible, because I feel basic. Like, I'm just a basic human. Like, I'm not dramatic. I'm not extra anything.
You're a little extra sometimes.
I mean, sometimes. But, like, you have to get to know me, to know these things.
But it's like you said earlier when
like, a dating site doesn't do that.
Dating sites. But no, like earlier you said, like, normal people are usually, like, people who say they're normal aren't really normal. Like, you're saying that you're basic, you're not really basic.
Yeah.
You know, there's quirks about you, but you have to, like, really get to know you.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Like, for me, I always shut it off dating. Mm-hmm. And for many different reasons, and I think that's why I'm pushing myself out there to date, and I'm being very vulnerable in this whole state of it. Like, which I think why I get a little offended by guys sometimes, because, like, this one guy keeps, like, he doesn't think that I'm being genuine with who I am.
Yeah, but...
And I don't know if it's because, like, the things that he's been through in the past.
Yeah.
Like, he has, like, not going to get in his business, but he has a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
And I can understand why he would think that I'm not being genuine, but this is who I am. Like,
exactly. If you don't know you would know, like, you don't fake anything for the sake of somebody else's feeling. Like, you are who you are, point blank, period.
And I'm very much about who I am. So I think, I don't know. I get very upset with him, though, when he accused me of being genuine. Like, bitch, this is who I am.
Yeah, exactly. You
crazy ass bitch.
Hey, that's why we love you. That's why I love you.
And on that note, I'm Estelle.
Yes. And I'm Ariel.
And it's Ariel's birthday, guys. Woo! 27.
I know. It's weird.
Is it weird?
It's so weird. Every time I look at someone and I'm like, I'm 27. And they're like, what? Especially family members. They're like, when did that happen?
Like today?
Yeah, today. So I'm
So
27 years old. I'm doing my dream. I'm creating my dreams
creating your dreams.
this year. So,
Yes.
year of 27, I also started pursuing dreams, which is the PAB podcast,
Yes, yes, yes.
episode 20.
It's so weird that we're already on episode 20.
It's a good feeling.
It is. It's still weird though because I don't know. I felt like at some point we would have got tired with it, but like I still like have such a drive to like
No.
do another episode, do
Yeah.
another episode. Like
With everything going on with me right now, like my mental state, I'm very surprised in myself because when I feel this way, I freeze. I don't do anything. And this is the only thing that I actually look forward to doing.
because it brings you back into the light.
Exactly.
I think.
Yeah.
And it's like a nice feeling to be around.
And being kind of productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you're not just like moping around.
Exactly.
I get that. So make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the PAB Podcast. You can follow me at Deshaka.
And me at Ariel.Hardy. Go wish me a happy birthday on the PAB Podcast Instagram.
Tons of happy birthday
Thank you.
wishes.
No, I appreciate
love
it.
you.
I
I love
appreciate it so much.
Although your picture is super cute. It's like one of my favorite photos.
Same.
So-
Miss Jessica with the N. No, bye.
No,
bye.
Bye,
Ill,
Alicia.
ill,
Bye,
no.
Lucy. Bye, no. You. Her eyebrows, though, do look really good.
Flickety. Yes.
She's like, stop talking about
Yes.
me.
And if you're new to our podcast, just know Jessica is our producer.
Yes.
And we make fun of her on the daily.
Yeah, which I'm waiting for the day that we actually turn on that mic next to her and she starts talking back, but she refuses to talk on the mic. So, good luck, guys. So this week, with it being Ariel's birthday, she got to pick the topic.
I did. And again, it comes back to the mental state of where I am right now. I'm trying to look for the positive. So this week I wanted to talk about the pursuit of happiness.
Yes.
And kind of give myself a goal and give myself a vision of what I am gearing to, what I'm heading towards, and to remind myself, there is a light at the end of every tunnel. So
Hallelujah.
so what is going to get me through that tunnel? And for me, I think that was the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
And we came up with 5 different
goals, personal goals on
Yeah.
our list. But it's funny, like I was talking to some guy about this, which there's nothing going on between us, but like
your friend.
we're
talking
becoming
about,
friends. We met on a dating app and we became friends. I've actually never met him in person, which I also kind of like having like a pen pal.
Yes.
It's really nice.
It's very 90s.
But he was asking me like what our topic was gonna be, and I'm like saying it's gonna be the pursuit of happiness. He's like, no, that's not a good idea. And I'm like, why?
Excuse me.
I'm like, well, why would that not be a good idea? And he's like, well, because if you're constantly chasing happiness, you're never going to achieve it.
I mean, I think for me, that's a negative kind of way to I'm always going to chase the things that will eventually make me happy.
But he said the reason why he thinks that way is because when he didn't live in the moment, enjoy the moments, that he realized that he wasn't happy. The moment he started living in the moments and stopped actually chasing happiness,
Right.
he became happy.
Absolutely. But I don't think it's about the chase, it's about the pursuit. And it's one of those things, for me, I guess the definition is similar, but for me, it's the pursuit, the day-to-day, everything you're doing in the moment to get to that happiness. So it's not a chase. I'm not running after anything. I'm pursuing it. And for me, pursuing takes time. It takes effort. It takes patience, and also being in the moment.
Well, it goes back, like, the part of the reason why we wanted to have, like, this podcast is to have conversations of having different point of views.
Exactly.
Like, for him, that's what works for him.
Yeah.
Versus what works for me or you are 2 different things.
Right.
I just thought that was such an interesting thing because, like, I feel like one of my biggest goals, to me, to be successful, I think is just being happy.
Yeah.
And that is, like, my major key point in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I notice I am more happy when I'm just enjoying the moment. So I kind of like his thoughts on that.
Right.
Because I am now a happy person. I'm in a great place in my life.
Yeah.
Not exactly where I want to be with
Right.
my career and other things, but I am truly happy. So it's, I don't know, I get what he's saying. Like,
Yeah.
I stopped chasing happiness and
Right.
I'm happy now.
Right.
So I get it.
And I understand that. I can see where that comes into play. I guess because of the mindset I'm in right now.
Yeah.
I want to get
Which is
back.
understandable.
Yeah, I want to get back to that happy place. And I work better with a goal. I work better to know what I am going after, or what I'm trying
You
to.
need to have a destination at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, or I'm just gonna be in a black space of nothingness and just no kind of direction, no vision.
So then what are your top 5 like list of your goals?
So for me, it's generals, like it's a very generalized sense, and again, the pursuit of the generalized goals is within those 5 major topics. Yeah. So for me, it's career with this podcast, with my future vision of having a production company, and then love, having that partnership, that relationship that I can bounce my ideas off of.
Oh, I'm not good enough for you, bitch.
I mean, you're a relationship. You're not a romantic relationship. Listen,
You know, I had to throw that.
I love you, but I don't love you like that.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
It's all right. You're lucky I get you. You're lucky we're on the same page. And then family. So like my present family and then my future family. So whether that involves children, whether that involves an extended work family. So career, love, family, mental health. Mental health for me is a big thing that I have always fought for myself, fought for others, and have kind of molded and shaped throughout my lifetime. And it's a continuous struggle and it's a continuous journey that is always going to be a part of me, but I want to make sure it's the best part of me.
Yeah.
And finances. I needs to be comfortable. I needs to have some coin behind me. Yeah. So I feel like with career, I think everything else will fall into place the way I expect it to or need it to. So right now, those are my 5 major things.
I think it's funny because I think that's partly why we're friends, because a lot of our goals align with one another. Like for me, it is my career, this podcast. I mean, I do love my job at the radio station. Yeah. Growing there is very important. I'm learning so much. I do want to like write a cookbook someday. Yeah. I want to start a cooking channel. Like I do think I have an opportunity to be like show other people that everybody's not like Gordon Ramsay that cooks. Like, right, exactly. So, yes. Like, I'm basic ass bitch trying to cook. It ain't that cute. And it's not all great presentation. But I definitely like the second one is finding my version of what my parents had. That is so important to me. I think that's why I probably struggle with dating. Because not that I expect it to be instant. No, because their love story was not instant at all. My parents were friends for years, and they were on a bowling league. Like, I kind of want to go join a bowling
Oh, my
league.
God.
Just maybe I'll meet somebody. I think, but it's hard because there's so many people that just want this instant gratification. And, like, for me also, like, I think, like, I've gone on a date with guys, and they've, like, told me after the first date they don't want me talking to anybody else, and that's... Don't do that. Yeah, as much as, like, I want that. Like, don't do that. I have to feel you out. Exactly. Like, and don't tell me what to do. Yeah. It makes me not want to do it even more. He didn't tell me. He kind of asked, but, like, if I said no, like, you're not going to be happy with me. So why are you asking a question you don't want an answer to? Exactly. And then I guess third is family. I have a huge family who I'm very thankful for. I want to kill them all the time. But that's what family's for. Yeah. But I do think I've gotten closer with my family over the past couple of years, and I'm very thankful for that. My mom is like my number one person, and then like I do want to have kids someday.
Yeah.
I also debate about that because I'm afraid of pregnancies. So fun fact about me, pregnancies freak me out.
I'll carry your child if you ever feel really truly gross about it.
I do think I need to do it at least
once.
and
Yes,
see.
absolutely.
And then if I don't like it, you can have the rest of my children.
I feel like I'm going to be pregnant for a very long time. I've offered that to many people.
You should stop offering
I
it to
really
people.
should.
I'm just saying, it's a weird thing. It's like an alien growing
Yeah.
inside of you. And then, so wait, that was 4. No, that was 3.
Those 3.
Sorry, I got distracted. My friends are another very important thing to me. Having all my relationships with them, and then mental health as well.
Yeah.
I do like mental health. I've been dealing with mental health issues in my family my entire life, and I do think it's like the silent killer in the world.
Yeah.
Like, we all ignore mental health issues. If you think about it, like all those school shooting, those kids, like there's obviously a mental health issue going on.
Right.
Look at some like Black Lives Matter. A lot of that is a mental health issue that we're not acknowledging.
Right.
Racism is a mental health issue that we're constantly treating people or training people to hate other people.
Right.
So yeah, those are my 5.
Yeah. I mean, I think with each one, it's like your friend was saying, it's definitely a in the moment situation where we have to do it day by day, minute by minute.
Yes, and we also have to. Oh, sorry, my boob.
Those honkers.
I'm just saying, having big boobs are not as great as everybody thinks
Amen.
they are. But I think it's like a daily thing that each one of those goals we have to work on daily, and I know it's hard because we both have full-time jobs.
Yes.
Like, even with this podcast, it is a whole nother full-time job. And I know and Jess all get like, like we don't want to like think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't want to work on it, but it's something that...
It's not even, I rather work on this than the one that pays my bills. So it's one of those things where it's just like, if I could find a way to just do this and get money from it, and I know I have to, put in that work, But
right now we have to do both. And I know all of us are so mentally exhausted. Plus, dealing with all of our other goals and our other family lives is just... It's an everyday... I don't want to say battle because it makes it seem harder than what it is.
Right.
But it's
work.
It's a task.
It's definitely work.
Yeah.
Work can be fun, but it's also sometimes very hard.
I mean, not everybody's work is fun. I don't think accountants' jobs are fun.
I don't think my job is fun in the slightest. I mean, it's fun that I get to work from home. I don't have to... It's fun with the leniency that I have to kind of just do my job and not have something in my face at all time or someone in my face at all time. Yeah.
I don't know if you can say that.
I can't say that.
No,
but it's one of those things where I'm very creative. I have a very creative mind. I have a very creative skill set.
You're also not in a creative environment.
Not at all. So that's where I'm struggling with in my head, because I need a release some way, somehow. This is one of my biggest releases, and I just have to find a monetary creative release. Yes, very much so.
I think for me, like, work right now, I work in events, and there's no events going on.
Right.
And it's, like, very slow at work, so constantly trying to find things to be busy. And there's not really much to be creative on right now or have creative brainstorms because of the fact that nothing is going on. So I get it. Like, it's also exhausting because I go in and work and do daily monotonous things.
Right, exactly. And I think that's the killer of a creative mind is the monotony of just, everything that's gonna happen, and if the weird things that do happen are snarky emails, and you're already not in the mood. So
I'm also not a nice person, and like a lot of times I say things that I really shouldn't say. I do need to think before I speak sometimes, and I notice only when I have the mic on is when I ever think before I speak.
Right.
But maybe I should just carry around a mic all the time.
Maybe. And just tell people about themselves.
But
Yeah, it is the
yeah,
work culture. You have to be on. You have to be like respectable, and you can't be a nuisance or a burden, or you run the risk of getting fired.
Yeah.
And you don't have the, like with a creative mind, if I don't like something that you're doing with the podcast, I can tell you, and vice versa. Or if you need to pick up, but it's never like, I'd never feel attacked.
It's never nasty.
Yeah, so it's
Never
one of those
nasty.
things where a lot of the work culture, especially corporate work culture, it's very,
Well, too, if
dog eat dog.
Yeah, and it's also very like you're afraid to say anything
Yeah.
because you don't know how that's gonna affect you. Because if somebody doesn't like you, you can lose your job. And I also I hate that about any work culture.
Yeah.
Anywhere, it doesn't matter what place you work in. If somebody doesn't like you and you do one thing and get you fired, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
Because especially when it's the great workers.
Yes.
Like that's the thing I think that makes me so annoyed with that situation because like say for myself, like I bust my ass very hard, and there are people that don't like me.
Right.
And
for not even your work, it's for you.
You like you're not like at the end of the day, you are not gonna like everybody. You're not supposed to. You do have to learn to get along with people.
You need to learn how to respect people.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where
I also feel like that, like even with society, like you don't have to like everybody. You don't have to agree with everybody.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, like I hear people talking about the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and they don't understand it. But I also think that if you don't understand it, that's fine because you've never really witnessed it.
Right.
You've never experienced it.
But don't attack.
But don't attack people who are going through it, and don't dismiss their stories.
Exactly.
Because life is all about perception, and what you go through, and what I go through, and what you go through are two different worlds.
Different things, yes.
But just because I didn't go through what you didn't go through
doesn't mean it didn't happen. Yeah.
And I think that's such an important thing to actually for people to realize.
Exactly.
Because it also helps you learn to respect people.
For sure.
Because even at the end of the day, I still don't have to like you.
Right. There's no rule that says I have to like everybody. But, I mean, it's common courtesy. It's decent human living that we need to respect the other life next to us. And, it's challenging, but it's not impossible.
I think that's why I hate the world right now. I don't hate it, but
it's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle to kind of wake up every day knowing that you're not going to be liked. Well, for me, I'm not going to be liked because of the color of my skin or the people that do look like me are struggling far more than I am, and there's nothing I can do about it. So it's one of those things.
I wouldn't say there's nothing you can do about it, constantly speaking about it. I think we have a very opportune moment to help make things change right now. And I do think we're making some headway. It's not going to be an easy fight.
See, me, I'm that person where, like, I need to fix it. And I can't fix it.
You literally can't physically fix it.
Yeah.
I think speaking about it and making little efforts in your everyday life helps change it. Going out and voting is another thing. I did see somebody post something that that if you do stuff in private doesn't mean anything, and I thought that was the stupidest thing because
I do everything in private. I'm a private person. No, I'm a private ass bitch. So it's one of those things where I hate that. Like, I hate if I'm not vocalizing my anger or my hurt or my pain, it's not happening. And I don't think that's fair.
No.
To put on anybody.
No, because there's some things that you have to deal with yourself. Like, for me, and we had this conversation, for me, like, even with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, I'm dealing with it in a totally different level. I grew up in a family, yes, that, we didn't see skin color like everybody's the same, but my family also has blinders on the fact of what, white privileges. And they sometimes don't think those things happen because we live in an equal society that every man, they believe in the true words that every man is created equal.
Right.
They don't see that
it's not the truth.
Yes, so I fight that battle every day. Like, my brother and I have conversations about this all the time. And a lot of people think that he's racist. He's not.
Right.
But he doesn't, I don't know, him and I get into real arguments.
He's not racist. I think sometimes he can be insensitive.
He's very insensitive.
So it's
which is
one
why
of those.
I start going at him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. But my brother,
he has the kindest heart. Like, I know your brother.
Yeah,
like,
he
he's
would
very
see-
insensitive to
Yeah.
the situations, any situation, really.
But he will, if he sees
Yeah.
you broken down on the side of the road, he'll be the first person that stops and helps you figure out whatever your problem is. Take you wherever you need. He'll tow your truck if he needs to. Like, he
has the kindest heart. Yeah.
So it's just, I fight that battle every day, and I
Right.
feel like that's more important battle for me. First, because like at the end of the day, I'm also training my nephews to think that way and teaching them that just because you didn't experience doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right.
And I think that is a more important lesson for them to learn than anything, because I'm creating little humans for the next generation.
Yeah. For me, it's a little bit of guilt, a little bit of fear, major sadness. So it's a guilty that, like, my story isn't the same, and that I didn't. Very true, but I didn't see it sooner.
Yeah.
And not saying anything or kind of seeing it sooner, and anger because within myself and then within society, and sadness because I never want to see anybody go through pain, but I'm also a very empathetic person, so
And that's why I think you're also going through what you're going
yeah,
through.
I'm feeling the world vibrate. The frequency of the world is screwing up with my frequency, so I'm just like, okay.
You gotta learn, like, and I know it's hard.
Yeah, to detach myself.
Not just detach, you just gotta be able to turn it down.
Yeah.
Because in order to pursue your goal of happiness,
Exactly.
you have to close all that out.
It's and that's where, like, I struggle because I don't want to let go of who I am, because I find my empathy very strong, and it puts me in tune with the earth, and I don't want to let go of that, but I also don't want to become overwhelmed by other vibrations. So it's one of those things where I'm still, and honestly, it didn't become a revelation until many years of therapy, and recently going through personal issues within my household, and kind of realizing that I'm not everybody's keeper. So kind of just letting go of.
That's why you have to learn to tune.
Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to remove myself from that self-imposed guilt that I put on myself, and kind of remember this is my life, and I have to figure out what is best for me in order to help everything else.
I have to do this too, because I also worry about my mom.
Yeah.
And everything that's going on at home, and I've also had to learn recently.
Yes.
To be selfish.
Yeah.
And it's not I think people take being selfish as a negative thing, but it's not necessarily a negative thing. It's something that you have to do for yourself, especially. We have really big goals that we have for this podcast.
Yes.
But we have to make selfish decisions.
Yes.
All the time. And I just had this conversation with somebody. The most important thing you can do is make a selfish decision for yourself.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you have to make sure that your decision is going to affect the people behind you.
Right.
So, like, I make sure that I'm making the right decision for myself, so I can make sure I can take care of my mom.
Exactly.
So I can make sure that I have the relationship that my parents had, or my version of it.
Right.
So I make a decision to make sure that this podcast gets where we want it.
Right.
I make a decision to learn how to make other recipes and learn how to cook things or try something new, so I can write a cookbook.
Right.
So I can start a cooking channel. Like, it's not being selfish, because I know when I'm successful, the people in my life will be successful.
Yeah. You have a selfish current, not a selfish future.
Yes.
So I think selfish and self-absorbed get confused.
Your cousin also like taught me that a few weeks ago. Like, you have to make selfish decisions to help yourself out.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't anything wrong with it, because it's one of those things where my life is my life, and I'm the only one who can live it and be responsible for it. And whatever I decide, I know in my heart that it's meant for the people that I love. It's for my future career, for the future people that will work for us, and my future family, and the family I have now, and my mental health later. And I think that's where that pursuit comes from. Yeah. I'm trying to do it now so I can enjoy it later. And so other people can enjoy it later. And everybody's been telling me, being 27, like, enjoy your 20s. Like, don't think about everything now. It'll come when it comes. And I get that, and I agree with that 100%, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop going for it.
I agree with that.
Because if I just let it go, then I'm not going to have, exactly, it's not going to happen the way it needs to happen. Like, I have to have.
It's funny because, like, it's even with dating, people tell you to stop searching for love. You won't find it that
Right.
way. You have to, like, stop searching. And I don't necessarily believe in that.
Right.
Because, like, if I'm not actively dating or I'm not actively, like, putting myself out
Nobody's going to come knocking at my door.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's not, that's
And I'm
not the way that works.
Well, my neighbors, it did work that way.
And it'll, you know, but, like, that's the 1% of the world.
Yeah,
like,
like-
it's not going to happen like a storybook or a movie or rom-com.
They had their own struggles, too. Like, they got married, divorced, and now got remarried and had a baby. Like, it's not picture perfect for everybody. But I think if you're willing to put yourself out there, I think that's when things start falling into place.
Very true. Very true.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
but
a great episode.
that's, and hopefully we can talk about our categories in depth more later on.
For sure. I mean, we kind of already did with our love lives, the things that we want.
Yeah. So if there's anything you guys want to know or a topic you want us to talk about,
Yeah, just hit us up at thepabpodcast@gmail.com.
yes, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can know who's talking to us.
Yes.
And follow us at ariel.hardy.
We also have a petty award before you like close us out.
Ooh, you?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Well, you remember we were talking about? So I had to go get a COVID test.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, she has her pettiness happening.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm really mad at you. I kind of want to give it to you for not warning me.
I did warn you.
No, you didn't.
I did warn you. It said it was a little uncomfortable. The way you took it is completely different than how I experienced mine.
Well, your nose obviously wasn't raped, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Continue.
Listen, so
yes.
I had to go have this COVID test. I'm having a procedure done later this month. I just tested negative, everybody, so we're allowed to be close to one another. I don't want to hear no shit from all you people.
We're all negative up in this baby.
But
yes.
So I had to go get it tested or get it done. And everybody was like telling me, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I go through this line. This girl lifts my head up. She's like, I have to stick this up and hold this up your nose for 10 seconds. I'm like, okay, not a problem. Like, I've had a camera shoved up my nose.
Right.
Like, so it's not anything bad for me. This woman literally took this Q-tip. And
Girl, way to break the table.
the table's not broken, all right?
Jesus.
Tiger.
7 years of bad luck.
It's not broken. So there ain't no 7 years of bad luck. So fuck you. I don't care if it's your birthday.
All right.
All right, I'm a little ratchet right now. I need to bring it down.
Yeah.
I'm a little ratchet.
Please and thank you.
Only person who's ratchet is you. I'm sorry. It's your birthday. But anyways, she took the Q-tip and shoved it up my nose. It wasn't just like a hold it up there. She.
Then I think the petty award goes to her.
Maybe.
For doing the most with your nostrils.
Yeah, my nostril was raped.
Oh my
like,
God.
It was literally
okay.
raped.
I just want to have a disclaimer for the people that actually have been through that horrific sexual assault.
Sorry.
That's not what she means.
I'm just saying.
She was violated.
I was violated on so
profusely.
Profusely. My nose was penetrated in the wrong way. Like, I can get it if you just had to hold it up there, but she just went.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of have to like swirl it, like swab it.
And I can get that if you have to swab it. She didn't swab it. She just shoved it.
She went ham in your nostril, in your sinus cavity.
Yes.
Okay. That's.
And you wonder why I'm so petty about it.
I mean, I would be too if I felt my nose got like
raped.
Fucked hard.
Yeah. I didn't consent to that part. I consented to it just being gently up my nose.
No.
I did not consent to the rape.
I just know it was uncomfortable. Like, it was uncomfortable. Everything is connected. The sinuses and everything.
Yeah.
But, so the petty award goes to that healthcare professional. Thank you for being on the front line, but next time
don't shove shit up people's nose like that.
Yeah, it's rude.
Don't be aggressive.
I appreciate it.
It's not like there was a long line. I was in there for a whole 10 minutes.
Yes, be careful next time because I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No, you're not. You're going to keep hearing about it for the next, 3 years, to be video it is.
Oh, God.
Remember that one time I had a COVID test?
Yes.
We're going to be 90 years old.
Yeah, but you remember that one time we went through that pandemic and I felt like yeah, no. And you don't talk like that. I don't know why I went full on Southern.
I don't know either. But anyways,
Yes.
we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Yes.
Make sure you follow us at the PAB Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me at the Shaka.
And me at Errol.Hardy.
We love you guys. Mwah.